and deaf education at Michigan State, and I moved here and got a job at the Wisconsin School for the Deaf. I started off in their high school special ed department, then taught 4th grade for a bit, and I'm currently the transition coordinator as well as run our 18 to 21 STEP program. I recently celebrated my 10th year anniversary this past week.
Wow. All right, thank you for sharing your background and experiences. All right, so now on to the topic of discussion. So students who decide college is not for them and want to join the workforce and have determined that as a career path for themselves, do you have any specific advice or for our deaf, hard of hearing, or deaf-blind students that you can offer?
In all of my classes, my job is to expose the students to their post-secondary options, whether that's a 2 or 4 year college, trades industry, or a transition program. And you're right, there is no rule. College is not for everyone, and you don't necessarily have to go to college right after high school graduation. And in some cases, the trades are earning just as much or more than those who pursue a college degree. It's really about finding the right path for those individual students.
All right. Recently, there was an event hosted right here on campus, displaying different jobs and different businesses in the community. It was very well received. Do you mind explaining what that entailed and how deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind students were involved or had what opportunities they had?
So as I stated, I teach work study and the skills required to be a successful employee, such as emailing their absences, showing up on time, not being on your phone. But still, some of the students struggle with those basic skills. When teaching transition, we often go out in the community and tour a variety of businesses to see what happens there. And during these tours, a lot of curiosity from the business managers pop up, such as, how would I talk with a deaf person? Who pays for the interpreter? So those 2 experiences help to inspire the development of this activity. I had a work studies student who has a desire to be a graphic designer develop a flyer, which the transition students and I took out into the community to solicit local businesses and invite them to our campus. The idea was work study students would hear straight from the employers what is expected on the job, and the employers would be able to interact with deaf and see how interpreters are used. On the day of the event, businesses each had their own table. Our students rotated every 6 minutes, and during that time, they could ask the businesses their own questions or a question from the list of provided questions. In the end, both participants enjoyed the experience and learned a lot from each other.
All right, I mean, my time, we didn't have anything like that. I remember my first interview, I was like a deer in the headlights. I had no idea what to do. And this program is such a great benefit to our students. So at the event, you had businesses all around the gym set up in different stations. How did language access work with interpreters? Did you need to have a lot of interpreters there, or how did you find interpreters to provide access?
So our interpreters collaborated with Pam at UW-Milwaukee, who runs the interpreter training program there. She sent a group of first-year students, and for the majority of them, this experience was the first type of this kind of setting for them. They were paired in groups of 2, and the WSD interpreters, as well as Pam, supervised the activity and assisted where needed.
All right, UWM, thank you. Thank you for your willingness to be a collaborative partner for this event. We really appreciate it. All right, so students were coming in and working with different businesses, getting information. Now, other programs, mainstream programs, students who may be interested in something just like that, is that something that they're welcome to attend, or do
If
they
I
need
know
permission?
someone's interested or to expect a group, absolutely.
Okay. You know what? Take advantage of the opportunity, guys. Also, we'll have Angela's contact information below in the description. We're actually going to take a break from our interview here, and we're going to have Marcy Joe talk about some upcoming events. Make sure to mark your calendars. All right, so we'll go ahead and transfer to Marcy Joe.
Hello, I am Marcy Joe Esmeli. And today I wanted to share with you a whole list of events and make sure that you're able to share those with your family and students. First, we have meet and greets, or maple syrup in Richfield on March 28th. On April 2nd, we have the Quest formal wear. It's free suits and dresses for students right here. On April 2nd, there is a technology workshop being hosted in La Crosse. Every 3 months every 3 months we're doing these meet and greets. In April, there's 4 different locations. We're hosting them in Greendale, Stevens Point, DeForest, and Two Rivers. For more information, look at the website. May 1st through 3rd is our Quest Prom weekend right here on the WSD campus. May 15th through 16th is a family weekend right here in Delavan also. Another one that we're just in the process of planning is our program support teacher meetings. They'll be happening at 3 different locations: Chippewa Falls, Baraboo, and Gillette. You can always look at our website for more information when it becomes available. Thank you, and back to you, Christopher.
All right. You saw Marcy Joe sharing the events, upcoming events. Now, one thing I'm going to reiterate about the Quest weekend, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The flyer is going to come out with it out soon. It's for high school students, 15 to 21. They're welcome to come for that. Now, okay, thank you, Marcy Joe, again. Now we're going to wrap up with the announcements and back to our programming. So, there was a lot of positive feedback about this event, and it was very successful for the students. Do you feel this is going to be an ongoing event?
So I tend to vary my activities depending on the current student groups that we have. 2 years ago, I did an activity called the Amazing Race, where I had the students divided into 5 groups, and I placed them all around Delavan. They went into the businesses and asked an array of interview-like questions. We then came back to campus and discussed their experience. This year, I had businesses come to WSD instead. I was told that they really enjoyed the activity and the opportunity to visit our campus and would love the chance to come back. As for 2022, I don't have a plan yet, but anything is possible.
I look forward to that event and the possibilities that how it could impact our students. Now, we have an outreach transition coordinator, Marianne Barnett, who just informed me about an upcoming event, a work event. Are you able to expand on that?
So last April, I went to Milton High School where they were hosting a trades fair. I brought several of our students that are interested in that line of work. They had local contractors provide interactive stations, and the students were able to try out some of those skills that are needed to work in those fields, such as welding, masonry, sheet metal. It was such a unique experience. I wanted to bring that to WSD. So I submitted the paperwork, which was recently approved. So if you're interested in joining us, please contact me.
All right. And more events and opportunities for students. Angela's your gal. All right. So now we're going to get into the STEP program. It's an 18 to 21 program, and any deaf or hard of hearing student in Wisconsin could be a part of it. What are some of the details? What's involved in the STEP program? And how can it benefit our kids?
Student Transition and Employability Program, or STEP, is our post-secondary option for students who may not be ready for life after graduation and would like more support before accepting their diploma. The program is individualized and focuses on areas the student needs to improve rather than continued core academics. We offer classroom and community-based instruction. Students have the opportunity to work in skills necessary such as home living, budgeting, employment. Most districts do offer a transition program, but what makes WSD unique is being able to continue that support in ASL. There are eligibility requirements. It's an IEP team decision. Students must have met all of their graduation requirements. The student must apply for DVR or already have a file in place. They must be willing to obtain a job and participate in a variety of activities. Cannot have a significant behavioral concern and be able to participate with minimal adult supervision. We really want to make sure that this is the right fit for everyone. Typically, the student is here for 1 year, then either moves back to their home district to take advantage of the resources there, or is ready to accept their diploma.
There you have it. I mean, again, if you need more information, we'll have some of that in the link. Otherwise, you can also contact Angela directly. Again, thank you for all of your information about events that you've hosted and upcoming events. Maybe we might have a few questions, so we're going to take a moment to answer those. All right. If we have questions.
Okay, so I have a question via email. When a student goes in for a job interview, who is responsible for providing an interpreter?
That's a really good question. My understanding is if the business is 15 or fewer employees, it technically is the responsibility of the person that's interviewing to get an interpreter. But that can also be negotiated with the business itself. If the company is 15 or more employees, then it is the responsibility of the business to hire an interpreter.
All right. Thank you, Angela. We have another question.
Yes, we are wondering when you would recommend students contact DVR.
So the whole purpose of DVR is to get a job, keep a job, maintain a job, or get a new job. So when the student feels that they are ready for a job, they can go ahead and as early as 14, but typically 14 to 15 years old.
All right. Yeah. High school, middle school, that transition age, that's a good age to begin the process of getting in touch with DVR, yeah, and get the support they need. Are there any other questions from our audience? No? Okay. All right. Again, thank you, Angela, for your support and your knowledge in this field. Again, if anyone has feedback for Angela or any further questions, she'll be more than happy to answer them. All right. Remember, for for our upcoming events, March 18th. We're going to have another live stream. Also, if there's any feedback related to how we can improve this live stream, we are looking for your feedback. So again, please let us know how we can improve. Again, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, okay.
And I hope this was beneficial.
All right. Thanks again.